Welcome to Love on the Pod, a podcast about all the cheesy romantic TV movies we adore. I'm Jessica.
And I'm Sherry, and we are on day 3 of the fabulous Hallmark Christmas Cruise.
Yeah, and for this episode, we're going to talk about the super secret movie that we got to see yesterday. And we've been told to keep it under wraps, so we're not going to post this until the movie comes out so that we don't spoil anything for anybody. But we're going to tell you all about what we thought. This will be a little different from a normal episode, though, because we did not take notes. So
we did not take notes. So we are just shooting from the hip.
Yep.
And I will just start off by saying
that it's really loud in here.
It's
and that's
really
okay.
loud in here. Most of the cruisers are off the ship in Nassau. So we found what we thought was a quiet corner. But now the music's getting louder.
And people are singing, which is lovely. I'm into it.
It's a festive atmosphere.
Thank you for singing, everybody. Yeah. The bar is closed, so nobody's drunk. They're just drunk on Christmas cheer.
Absolutely. So I will start off by saying I loved this movie.
Oh, well, we should tell them what movie it was.
Oh,
right?
Can you guess?
Anybody guess what we watched?
And you didn't.
So we watched Jingle Bell Run, starring Ashley Williams and Andrew Walker.
Yes.
And we got a super great surprise. And I don't think all the showings got this, but Ashley Williams came in at the beginning of the movie and chatted with us.
Did a little intro.
Yeah, shared some secrets that I think are secret. I don't know. Maybe we should say them. Maybe we shouldn't. I don't know.
I don't know. She didn't tell us not to tell.
That's true. She said, don't record this, is what she said.
Yes, but we are recording afterwards. Yes. So. Semantics, right? So we learned first off that Andrew Walker is an amazing kisser.
Yes. And
she said this in front of her husband.
Yeah, she did. So great for him for being secure in his relationship and having no problem with that.
Absolutely. Because isn't he a producer or?
Yes, he's a producer. Yeah. Neil was his name.
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember his last name. But.
And I will say that Ashley Williams is just as beautiful in person.
So cute.
As are all the stars.
Oh my gosh. She was wearing this cute little pink jumper collared number that was adorable. And she was so funny and so engaging. And she said that her favorite Hallmark movie that she's ever filmed was 2 Tickets to Paradise, which we've talked about. And we all love that movie.
And one of the reasons that she loved it so much is that she kind of had free reign to be her silly self and ad-lib. They would let her throw out certain jokes, and then when they did their editing, they would pick and choose what they wanted to use, and they used a lot of her humor, which we kind of talked about when we did that movie in our podcast, that we wondered, how much of this is she actually making up? Because it seems like she's having a lot of fun with it.
And it was like all of it. She was making
pretty much all of it. And I feel like she's just that adorable and funny in person.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. She said she was an ugly kid, so she had to make up for it with comedy.
Her sister was beautiful.
Which I don't believe.
I don't buy
I
that
want photo evidence. Yeah, I don't believe it.
Absolutely.
Although her sister, if you don't know, is Kimberly Williams Paisley. And yes, she is drop dead gorgeous. The most beautiful hair, just incredible. But Ashley Williams is equally as beautiful. So, So anyways, and she said she had not seen the movie that they premiered. And we did not see her after she talked, so I don't know if she stayed in the theater and watched or if she left.
Not sure.
Who knows?
But the audience was engaged the whole time.
Mm-hmm.
People were laughing. People were crying. I was crying. People were clapping. So many feel-good moments in this movie.
Yes, it was great. So the premise of this movie is, and you can watch it now on Hallmark Plus and I think Hallmark Channel as well. I don't think it's Hallmark Plus exclusive.
I don't think so.
So the premise of this movie is that Ashley Williams' character, her name is Avery, and she gets signed up for this. It's kind of like Amazing Race style game show, but it's Christmas themed.
Yeah, her sister signed her up without her knowing.
And she doesn't want to do it. She's not an adventurous person. She's not into it.
Not a sports girl.
No, but she decides to do it to hopefully raise awareness for her school that she works at, that she's a teacher at, so that she can make fundraising easier. She has a little after school program that she wants to start called Little Readers.
Yes. And the prize money is $1 million.
Yeah,
if you win.
$1 million if you win. But she does not think she's going to win. It's not even in her mind that she's going to win. So, and then Andrew Walker's character, Wes, is a former hockey player who is just...
He is hilarious.
So
I've never seen him in such a funny role. And he's trying to stay relevant and figure out what he's going to do after his hockey career is over. So he wants to be a spokesperson for this sports drink or however he can get his face
What
out
is it
there.
called? Like Mighty Juice?
Mega Juice. And he's got his muscles to the camera and he's looking right in the lens and he's saying Mega Juice, and it is so funny.
And he refers to himself as a celebrity.
Yeah, I'm a hockey player and celebrity.
All right, cool for you. So they have a little meet cute at the gym, and it goes awry, and they both leave, hoping that they will never see the other person ever again.
Yep.
And then they show up at the game show, and lo and behold, they're both there.
They're both there, and to further put salt in the wound, they are paired up as a team.
They decide, we're going to do something different. We're going to partner everybody together. And if your team wins, you each get $1 million now. So now we've doubled the pot. So then they start their adventure, right?
Yeah. And I thought it was going to be just like a running marathon, but no, it is like Amazing Race where there's many different tasks, hopping on planes to go to different locations, figuring out clues. First, you have to know what the clue directs you to, or you're going to get on the wrong plane and go to the wrong city.
Yes.
Which does happen. So, it was fun and adventure right from the very start.
Yeah, and I wonder if they actually did hop around to different cities, or if they filmed it all in, good old Vancouver or Abbotsford, where they normally are.
Yeah, normally we would do our research, but since we're on a ship and I have no Wi-Fi, Jessica has Wi-Fi, but it's kind of limited.
It's terrible. It's the worst, guys. Don't skip the Wi-Fi unless like you really, really, really need it for something crazy important.
Yeah, like a podcast.
Yeah, it's not great.
It's not great. But there's so many other wonderful things to do. Who needs internet?
Yeah, you don't need it. I would say most of the people on the ship have not gotten the Wi-Fi. Yeah, because they don't need it
for sure.
So it remains to be told if they hopped around really or not. But they did a good job at making it look like they were in all these different places if they didn't move around. But they really didn't show the cities too much.
No.
So that's what makes me think they probably stayed in one.
It was mostly
location.
So they were in New Mexico, they were in New York. They started out in
Chicago. They went to Oregon. They went to Texas.
Yeah.
Anywhere else?
I can't remember.
I can't remember.
Anything else.
But one thing about this movie is that Avery is like real smart. She knows a lot of geography. And I don't know if she is a geography teacher or if that's just part of kind of what she's good at. But she knew the answers to pretty much everything. She knew specific street names in different cities that she didn't live in. So that was the only thing I was like, I guess maybe some people are really good at that.
Yeah. Like I know Lombard Street in San Francisco, but ask me about a street in New Mexico. I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah. So, but then Wes was able to kind of fill in any gaps that she had, and they called themselves the Brain and the Brawn, right?
Yes. And their team name was adorable. Their team name was Slay What?
Slay What? And they had these cutie red jackets that zipped up. I don't know what is that, a bomber style?
It's like a varsity bomber style.
Yeah.
Like satin.
Yeah, satin jackets with the logo on the front, and then they had their team name on the back. And
we both want one.
Yeah, I want one so bad. They're adorable. So, Hallmark, if you're listening, you could send me a jacket.
Yeah.
I mean, or I would buy one, honestly.
Sure.
I would. It doesn't have to have been used in the movie. No. I just want to wear it. Super cute.
Though if it was worn by Andrew Walker, I wouldn't complain.
I would be happy about that. Yeah. Yeah. So they really didn't focus in on too many of the teams because in every like adventure, a team was getting eliminated. So then they get down to the end and they have 3 teams left. And those are kind of the main people that really the story is about. Yeah. I don't remember their names, unfortunately.
No, we have Shirley and
the other girl who called her mom.
Yeah, because Shirley's kind of I don't know, I'd say late 40s.
Probably, yeah, something like that.
She has kids at home, and she's paired up with a younger, early
20s girl who wants to be a screenwriter. And then, or was it screenwriter? Broadway play. Yeah, playwriter. And then you've got these 2 guys who are partnered together. I forget their names, but they both love to cook. Yeah. And they end up being a secondary, like, romantic story.
Yeah, they hit it off from the get-go.
Yeah. Yeah. So that's really cool. And then there was another pair that included, like, Wes's sports rival.
Nemesis.
Yeah. But
Nash was his name.
Yeah, they didn't develop that too much. Like, they didn't really give a backstory about like why these guys hate each other so much.
Maybe that wasn't necessary.
I don't think it was necessary. But the reason they had it in the movie was because this other guy, Nash, was supposed to be like the draw, right? To bring in viewers, and then he gets eliminated. So then they're like, uh-oh, okay, now Wes, now you're the star. Yeah. Even though that wasn't the original plan.
Right. Yeah. And they were thinking that this Nash guy is going to have like this romantic connection with his partner. They partner him with a real cute gal. So they're thinking they're going to focus on that and the romantic aspect of the competition, and then they get eliminated. So now they have to kind of shift their focus to Wes and Avery.
And they really didn't have any romantic chemistry. She was like freaking out, crazy, screaming.
She was a fangirl.
She was a fan. Yeah. And she was like, oh, I love you. You're so great. So I think it would be hard to probably start a relationship with somebody like
sell that.
Yeah. Yeah. So at that point, once that pair gets eliminated, then the producer, of course, goes over to Wes, is like, hey, I need you to turn up the heat on the relationship with Avery for ratings, and it'll make you the star.
Yeah.
And at that point, Mom was like, I bet this is how reality shows really are.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
They're not real.
No,
they're fake.
I need you to move in for a kiss. I need you to make up a relationship. Although at this point, Wes, though he wants the notoriety, he wants to be the celebrity that he's created in his mind, he's starting to have feelings for Avery.
But he still says okay.
He still says okay.
He still says okay.
Wah,
yeah.
Wah. That was your first mistake.
Yes. You can see that he's like a little trepidatious about it, but he still does it anyways. So then they're off on a bunch of other adventures, right? They solve puzzles and they do some physical activities. They shoot fruitcake pucks through a hole.
Which Avery picked up on that very quickly.
She's like, I don't know sports at all. And he's like, I am confident. I can teach you.
You can shoot this fruitcake puck right to the snowman's belly. And she did.
She did it. Yeah. So this pro hockey player, that's the other part of it, right? They're developing this idea that he could be a coach. Right?
Which right from the get-go, I'm like, he's going to coach someday.
Yeah.
She's really, her job is really important to her. Working with children, she kind of lays the groundwork for him to consider, you know, what would it be like to be a coach?
Yeah.
And you can see it coming.
Yeah. Yeah. So that's the first time where they actually really connect. He puts his arms around her to show her how to swing the hockey stick.
Hockey stick. We're not sporties either. I can swing a crutch like nobody's business though after this cruise.
Can trip people. It is fine. So then what other activities do they do?
A funny side note that Ashley had shared with us is that, you know, girls will appreciate this. There's not a sports bra made that fully supports when you're running around doing all these activities. And so she said she was in a significant amount of pain during all the running around.
Because she's like, yeah, sports bra was not part of my wardrobe.
Not part of her wardrobe, no. So and one thing that I found funny is that they're running around, they're doing all these activities, but she's got these little booties on. And I thought, spring for some sneakers,
Why
girl.
Is she wearing heels?
You want to run? Get on some sneakers.
Yes. Yeah, she's wearing these heeled boots the whole time.
Yeah.
Which are very cute. And I wonder if it's to make her a little bit taller, if she's shorter than Andrew Walker. I don't know what his height is in relation to hers.
Yeah.
They weren't super high, but I would say they were like 2 inches probably. Yeah. So
not runners.
No, you're not going to do the Amazing Race in 2-inch heels. No. And if you are, you're going to lose probably. So,
exactly.
So then they go to Texas. They do some country dancing. It's not really line dancing. It's more like country western dancing.
Yeah.
And they bring in these quote unquote professional dancers.
Oh yeah, the champions.
Yes, the champions. They didn't seem very champion like.
No, and they do this little dance, and I think he twirls her once, but it was just basic moves.
Yeah.
And then he goes, and that's how it's done.
You're like,
and we were both sitting there thinking, is
that really how it's done? I'm not sure.
I could do that.
Have you seen Dancing with the Stars?
On crutches, I could do that.
So that dance is part of a competition. So of course Avery and Wes are dancing, and then he dips her, and then they come over and tap them, and they're like, after that dip, you're in. Yeah. You're in. So
it was the dip of a lifetime.
The dip of a lifetime.
Maybe that should have been the name of
the dip of a lifetime.
Which takes me on another funny segue.
I know what you're going to say.
Jonathan Bennett hosts events every night on the cruise, and he is just slamming on the names of some of the Hallmark movies.
He's like, My Sweet Austrian Holiday. We have a movie called My Sweet Austrian Holiday.
We really need to workshop these names, guys.
It's so funny, but it's so true.
It is so true. I would love to be on that panel that names the movies.
Yes. Oh
love
my
at the
God.
Cruise ship bar.
Yeah, they're like, my blank holiday. Let's figure it out. My Irish holiday, my Austrian holiday, my German holiday.
Exactly.
Oh gosh, too funny.
But I digress. Where were we?
So they go
country dancing.
Yeah, they finish in Texas, and then is this when Wes gives out the gifts to everybody?
I feel like that was.
That was in Santa Fe,
New Mexico. Yeah,
you're right. So they go from Abilene, Texas, to Santa Fe, New Mexico, and they drive.
Yeah.
But here's a funny thing, and I need to actually look at the map because I live in Texas, and so they showed Abilene was on the west side of Texas, and they said we need to fly out of Dallas-Fort Worth Airport, which is all the way on the other side of the state. So I was like, so you're going to drive 8 hours to the airport and then fly back the other direction?
Yeah, and then it gets snowed out. Does it snow that much in Dallas-Fort Worth?
I don't think it snows at all in Dallas-Fort Worth.
To where the airport was shut down.
Yeah.
And they were grounding everything.
Yeah, it's very weird. Actually, let me look it up because I'm interested to know where Abilene actually is.
In relation to
because they showed on the map, but it could be wrong. Abilene, Texas. Let's see.
Yeah, because they are known to be creative and make things up.
Yes. Let's see here.
I will say while Jessica's looking that up, we decided not to get off the ship today because of my knee injury. And it's been a lovely afternoon, or actually, I guess it's still morning. It's been quiet. There are not a lot of people here, but we were stuck right outside of the bank of elevators while they were doing the crew emergency drills. And who comes out of the elevator? But Jonathan Bennett, his husband, I believe his name is James.
Yes, James.
Brendan Penny.
Will Kemp.
And then around the corner came Tyler Hines.
BJ
Britt.
Rachel Boston with her baby.
Yeah.
And Hunter King with her fiance.
And it was just so fun. We did not rush them. We didn't want to be those fans. You know, they're trying
No offense if you are those fans. If you are, more power to you.
Yeah. You're getting great photos.
We have shame. And as we learned, Tyler Hines does not. So that's probably why he says yes to everybody who wants to take pictures.
We've seen a lot of photos online and he seems very happy to be engaging with his fans. Because after all, we are what make them popular. But they seemed like they were ready to get off the boat. They were having a good time. They were laughing, and we just wanted to give them that space to do that. But folks, ladies and gentlemen, they are just as beautiful in person.
Absolutely. Every single one of them.
Yep.
Yes. In baseball hats and swim trunks, they are still just as beautiful as you would think.
Because they're trying to be, a little incognito. Sunglasses inside is a dead giveaway.
Yeah, Brendan Penny has like a beard and a hat. I know who you are.
Know it too.
I can tell who you are.
Yeah.
So, all right. So on the map that they showed in the movie, they showed Abilene was a lot further west than it actually is.
Okay.
So it's only 3 hours from Abilene to Dallas-Fort Worth.
All right.
To the airport, but it's 7 hours and 27 minutes from Abilene to Santa Fe. So if they drove all the way to Dallas-Fort Worth, which is 3 hours, and then had to go back, that would be a 10.5-hour drive.
They would have lost the competition, right?
Yeah, but that's what they did in the movie, right?
Yeah.
But it turns out that everybody else did the same thing, right? Because they were all grounded.
Yep.
So if anybody had gotten on a plane, they would have won.
They would have won.
But nobody did.
Okay. And what about, did you look up if there's actually snow?
Oh, is there
in
snow?
Dallas?
I don't know.
Because it started out as little flakes of just kind of, oh, this is lovely, and it's a Hallmark fluttering snowflakes. And then all of a sudden they're saying everything is grounded, the roads are a mess, they can't fly.
Snow is rare in Dallas in December, but it has happened in the past.
Okay.
So I think they probably could have picked a different state to do the snowstorm in, like Oregon. Oregon would have been good because Oregon gets snow. Because they went from Santa Fe then to Oregon after that, right? Mm-hmm. And what did they do? They smashed grapes.
Yes, they went to a vineyard.
They stomped grapes, I Love Lucy style. Mm-hmm. And man, they filled up those jugs fast.
They weren't just little wine bottles. They were the giant, like a
growler full of foot wine.
It sounds terrible.
They didn't make them drink it, though.
No.
Remember, there was an episode of Fear Factor where they made them do that. Yeah. They had to stomp the grapes and then drink it.
Toe jam wine.
Disgusting. Yeah. Oh, gosh.
Yeah, but in Santa Fe, Wes gives out some lovely gifts.
Yes, he does. It's very sweet. And we'll leave one of the significant things that happens in that scene for you to watch yourself because it's great. Mm-hmm. It's a great part of the movie.
It's one of my favorite scenes in
the movie. Very touching. It's surprising. Yeah. And so we won't give that away in case you haven't seen the movie yet. Mm-hmm. And then it ties in at the end as well, which is lovely. Mm-hmm. So he gives out these gifts, and then dun dun dun, we have the producer who pulls Wes aside and says, "Oh, I saw that you almost kissed Avery. Next time, follow through." Yeah. Ugh. Yeah. Gross.
Yeah. And she's coming down the stairs just at this moment. What she doesn't hear is Wes telling the producer, "I don't want to follow through with this anymore. My feelings are starting to be real, and I don't want to fake this."
Well, doesn't that part happen in Oregon?
Oh, yes, you're right.
He tells him to follow through, and Wes is like, "Okay, thanks."
That's right, yeah.
And then they go to Oregon. They do the wine stomping, and then she comes down the stairs and hears the producer going hard on Wes, like, "Come on, amp this up.
You
like,
can do better.
Yeah, you're not doing good enough.
This is for ratings." And so she knows now at this point what's going on, or she thinks she knows what's going on.
And of course, we have the "if everybody would just tell the truth, the movie would be over" situation again. Yeah. Which is kind of normal. We expect that in most of these movies.
But you're sitting there thinking, "Come on, Wes, just
don't be a douchebag. Come on now." Exactly. So he goes to talk to her. He brings her wine. He doesn't know she's heard, and she's crying. And she says, "I'm going to finish the race, and after that, I hope
my kids.
Yeah, I hope I never see you again."
Yeah.
Ugh. Okay. All right. And she's
to the heart.
Yeah, she's devastated. So then we go back to Chicago, right? That's the end.
The end.
They're heading to the end. Mm-hmm. So it's the final two couples. It's the two guys, which I wish I remembered their names, but I do not.
I know. Darn it.
And then Wes and Avery. And Shirley and her partner have gotten eliminated at this point. Mm-hmm. So where are they supposed to go in Chicago? Back to where they started.
Where they started, and they have to find a bell inside this massive group of Christmas presents.
Yeah, they have to solve the crossword puzzle first.
Yes.
And then they get their next clue. And of course, one thing we didn't mention is Avery is
she's an ace at...
What is that word she used? There's a certain word.
Yeah. I want to say sommelier, but that's not it. That's wine.
There's a word for people who are really good at crosswords.
Whatever the sommelier of crossword puzzles.
Yeah. And apparently crosswords are nationally known as a Christmas Day pastime.
I did not know that.
That's not something that I do in my family.
No.
But I guess maybe Santa brings crossword puzzles to the adults.
Yeah.
So anyway, she's very good at crosswords, and she figures out this very difficult clue that I would never figure
obscure.
Out. Yes.
It's a word, and then they have to flip it.
Yeah, it's a word for something else, a weird word for something else, and then they have to do it backwards.
Yeah.
And she figures it out. I'm actually really surprised that the other pair figured it out.
Yeah.
And then they have to run.
Take off running in those booties.
Yep. And Wes slips and twists his ankle, and he's like, "Go. You have to go.
You have to finish."
Yeah. And they make sure to say before they start running, only one of you has to get the bell. Yeah. You don't both have to get it.
Right.
Okay. And this is setting up Avery's ability to come through.
He's rolled his ankle. He's down and out. So she is going through those boxes like a madwoman. Lids are flying.
And it's in slow motion.
Yeah. And then the two guys figure out their crossword puzzle.
Yeah.
And they are hot on her tail.
Yep.
Trying to find the bell. And guess who finds it?
It's Avery. She finds the bell and she rings the crap out of it.
And I'm such a sap. I got teary-eyed when she's ringing that damn bell.
And guys, the entire theater erupts in clapping and cheering. And like this race was really happening live in front of us.
We're right there. We're on the front line.
Everybody is cheering for Avery, the fictional character.
Our new best friend.
Yes. So she rings the bell. She's good to go. She wins. And we forgot before this, they made amends, right?
They made amends.
Yeah.
Yes.
So the producer, Wes, convinces him to go tell Avery what actually happened.
Yeah.
And that Wes told him, no deal. I don't want to do this anymore and stuff. And Avery accepts what he says, but also says, like, how could I believe you?
She's unsure.
Yeah. Whether you stopped doing it or not, you still lied to me. So I don't know. Let's just finish the race. Yeah. I forgive you, but let's just move on. So they finish the race. They each get their $1 million. And then
that's a huge budget.
Yeah, that's great. Plus they had to fly them all over the place in their fake airplane that looked gigantic.
Oh my gosh. After flying to Miami to go on the cruise, I'm looking at this airplane and well, first off, the seats are so wide.
Oh my gosh.
But the aisle is so wide. I'm thinking there's no way this is a real airplane. No way.
I'm a made for TV airplane.
Tiny person, and I felt like a sardine on my airplane.
So bad. It's so bad. Yeah. So they win. They celebrate. Everybody is there at the finish line. All the contestants who had been eliminated, they're cheering for them. And then we cut to the final scene, right? Which is where they are handing out their money. Yes. And they're celebrating. They're having a big party.
Yeah, it's like the after party of the event.
Yeah. And all their family is there, friends, everybody's there celebrating. And they ask them, what are you going to do with your money? And I'm like, do they do this for shows? Do they have the big celebration party and then ask them for an itemized list of what they're going to spend their money on? I don't know.
Because if your list sucks, I'm sorry.
You don't actually get it. Yeah. Half of it needs to be given to charity or we're going to keep it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Avery has a very sweet speech. She talks about how she's going to start her little readers program and she's also going to donate money to each of the runners up so that they can pursue their dreams, which is really cool. And was there one more thing that she was going to do or was that it?
I think that was it.
Okay. Yeah. Oh, pay off her student loans.
Oh, pay off her student loans.
She's still paying her student loans. Right. And that is real life.
That's
she's
reality.
She's in her 40s, right? Yeah. She's a teacher and she's still paying her student loans off.
Yeah.
And I remember when I was in high school, my history teacher was probably 45, 46. And he came in one day and was just thrilled to celebrate that he had just paid off his student loans. Wow. Like, good Lord.
That's a whole other podcast. We're into that.
It's crazy.
What is wrong with
this guy's been a teacher for almost 20 years or more than 20 years.
Maybe $40,000 a year.
Yeah. And now he's a principal. So, he makes an extra $5,000 a year or something. I don't know. But I'm like, I remember just thinking, what? You just paid those off? It's crazy.
Yeah.
Anyways, so that was real life.
That was
she was talking.
Reality right
yes,
there. Yeah.
Absolutely. Yep.
Yeah. And then Wes, they ask him the same thing. What is he going to do? And do we want to divulge? Well, we kind of hinted what he's going to do.
Why not?
He's going to set up a youth hockey program and he's going to coach youth on hockey.
Yeah.
Which we kind of saw coming.
Although, is there already a youth hockey league in Chicago?
Oh, he's going to set up a better one.
Probably.
It's going to have his celebrity name on it.
True. He's like, I'm Wes and I'm a celebrity.
Wes, a.k.a. Stanley Cup celebrity, Mega Juice Man. Come to my school. And then he's also going to give his support to the other two teams.
Yes. Which is really cool. Although I'm like, okay, one of them is a playwright, so she's going to help her, give her money to like live, right? So that she can finish her play. The other one is going to be a charitable organization. And then the two guys are going to start a restaurant. I'm like, these guys barely know each other.
They just met.
They don't know if either of them can actually cook. Yeah. And they're going to invest in their restaurant.
Yeah. And they don't know what each other's preferred cuisine is.
What's their style?
One guy really likes tamales and anything Latin.
Yeah, because he's Hispanic.
Yeah. The other guy, who knows? Maybe he wants sushi.
Yeah.
Sushi tamale.
So these guys who have fallen in love in 1 week are going to open a restaurant together in Chicago, which is very expensive. And these two also strangers that they've known for 1 week are going to invest in this business. So it should work out really well. Maybe that's part 2. This time it's personal, you know?
Yeah.
Oh gosh.
Maybe this will be one of the mystery movies. You know, somebody gets killed in the restaurant. I don't want tamales.
Tamales suck.
We're kidding. We love tamales.
Yes, I love a tamale. Although I really only had them from Costco, so I guess I can't really.
You live in Texas and you haven't had an authentic tamale.
No, I haven't. I need to. But we eat a lot of barbecue.
Oh, yeah. Well,
so, you know.
That's good.
The other thing we got to do during the movie was see an exclusive sneak peek of the new Chiefs Holiday Touchdown movie.
Yes, we did.
Twice. We saw the same scene.
Was it twice or 3 times?
Maybe 3 times. Yes.
Or waiting for the movie to start.
Yeah.
And we will just say it looks amazing.
So cute.
It's going to be really good.
Mm-hmm. They put a crap ton of money into marketing this movie. So go watch it.
And maybe they could have used some of those funds for some acting lessons for a character.
For Mama.
Oh, yeah. But I love that she's in it.
It's so cute.
Mama Kelsey.
You know, here's the thing. All of the sports reporters and Instagram people say Kelsey, but when you hear their podcast, they say Kels.
Okay.
So I think it's a situation where they just don't correct people.
Yeah.
So it's interchangeable, I guess.
It's like Lindsay Lohan, and we've all said Lohan for years, and she finally said it's Lohan.
Well, it's like Rihanna, right?
Yeah.
And
Taylor Lautner.
Yeah, and I think, you know, when Taylor Swift marries Travis, she's not going to change her last name. No. So, you know, it's fine.
She's a global brand.
Yeah, so. She's not going to change it. It's fine.
No, but that movie really looks cute.
It looks great. The scene that they chose to show was super cute. Mm-hmm. The mom is wearing Travis's jersey and she's running a little cafe and it's super cute. And the co-actors are great. People I recognized either from sitcoms or other shows that I can't put my finger on.
Yeah. We'll find out.
But people I haven't really seen in Hallmark movies, I don't think.
That's true.
So
yeah, and here on the ship there's a darling backdrop with the holiday touchdown logo.
Yeah, we're looking at it right now.
Yeah, it's got the Chiefs Stadium in the background, giant football. We had a picture taken there. We'll probably put it up on our Instagram.
Yeah, snow, and it's so cute. So
we're excited for that one.
Yes,
we're not sure what movie they're going to play on sale too, but I feel like we really got a good one. With the Jingle Bell Run. It was everything you want in a movie.
Yeah. So then in the end, the ending of this movie is they kiss.
Yeah.
Like 85% of these movies, they kiss, and everybody cheered because we all knew the insider secret.
We knew that it was a good one.
Yeah. And it was just wonderful. It was so great. We loved the movie and definitely would watch it again.
Definitely. I can't wait till one of our Love on the Pod hosts, our sister, daughter, Danielle, could not make the cruise. Can't wait till she sees the movie and get her thoughts on it as well.
Yes, absolutely. And the intro to this movie was great. I realized it reminded me of Catch Me If You Can.
Oh, with a little mosaic blocks.
Yeah. And it was so cute. And I love when they spend a little more money on doing that instead of just like the drone shot of the town or whatever. Yeah. I thought it was a cute touch. Yeah. And definitely this was a higher budget movie.
For sure. It wasn't just a clip art title.
No, but they brought in, their A team. I would consider Ashley Williams and Andrew Walker like some of their biggest stars.
Absolutely.
And Ashley's on this cruise, and then Andrew Walker is on the second cruise. Yeah. So excited to see what happens there and what movie they get to see and all the things. So, we'll record another episode talking about day 2, right? We already did day 1.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Day 1 feels so far away.
It does. And I know at the beginning of this, I said we're on day 3. This is This is day 3 for us.
Yes.
But day 2, we watched the movie.
Yes, we're recalling yesterday.
Yeah.
So.
And there are plenty of other things that we did yesterday, too, that we will love to talk to you about.
Yes, we can't wait. We had a full jam-packed day yesterday, so we'll talk all about it. And today we're a little bit more relaxed. There are some things going on tonight that we're going to do, but everything's closed on the boat right now.
We didn't realize when you're in port, they can't open anything.
They can't sell you anything. So bars are closed. Starbucks is open, though, which is weird.
Yeah.
So I wonder if it's something to do with the taxes on liquor or something.
Maybe. Yeah.
The dining rooms.
Restaurants.
Yeah, the specialty restaurants are closed. The dining rooms are closed. Mm-hmm. There's just the buffet that's open. All the shopping's closed. The casino's closed. Mm-hmm. So there's really they have movies playing in the Spinnaker Lounge.
Yeah.
But that's it. Nothing else.
Movies in our room anytime we want to watch them.
Oh yeah. And we watched real bad one this morning. Mm-hmm. I don't remember what it was called, so they lucked out that I'm not going to say the title of them.
I didn't care enough to find out the name of it, but it was bad.
It was real bad, but you know what? We watched 2 good ones yesterday, so yeah, it's fine. So anyways, well, thanks for listening, and we'll be back with another episode. Well, this episode's going to come out later, right? This episode's going to wait until the 16th of November.
Until after the movie.
Yes.
It's actually premiered.
So you may have already heard all about every day of the cruise, and that's fine.
That's fine. Yeah. I will be also blogging about this movie and about our entire experience on the sail. So I anticipate they'll be doing this again next year.
Yes.
So we will give you all our thoughts and tips and the do's and the don'ts. And
I anticipate that I'll be trying to get on next year again. Because this was fun.
Well,
it has been fun.
Wasn't it Georgia that told us there was a wait list of 70,000 people?
Now, how many of those people actually would have followed through and paid?
True.
Because there are people here now who got on 10 days ago, 15 days ago, because people bailed at the last minute. Yeah. Either they canceled and used their travel insurance, or they stopped making their payments or whatever. Because I did appreciate this. There were several people who got COVID and did not come. And, you know, so that's one thing to say. If you are sick, don't come. It won't be fun for you. You'll get other people sick.
It won't be fun for the whole cruise because,
no,
your crew, your fellow cruisers.
You're in such close proximity to so many people, to your roommate. You know, usually I'm the kind of person who's like, oh, if you're sick, push through it. But if you're on a cruise ship and you're on a plane to get here,
just don't do it.
Just don't do it.
Get the travel insurance.
Get the travel insurance, 100%. Because we almost thought we were going to have to cancel because of your knee.
Yeah.
And I had travel insurance. If I hadn't had that, I would have been like, oh, man, this is...
And by then it's too late to take someone else because they need
all their documents. They need, to know who they are and all of the stuff ahead of time. So, just make sure that you're keeping other people in consideration and yourself, honestly. Because honestly, if I was on this boat and I was super sick, I would just be in my room and like that.
And that's not fun.
That's a bummer. And you don't want to be thrown up in that nasty... tiny toilet.
Itty bitty toilet.
You can't even get down on your knees in there. I don't think.
No, you'd be thrown up in a shower.
Sorry. Off the side of your balcony.
Crew. Yeah, and if you have a porthole window, I'm sorry.
It doesn't open.
It doesn't open.
Sorry.
For good reason.
Okay. All right. Well, that's a lovely way to end this episode, but it's fine. All right. Thank you guys, as usual, for listening. We appreciate you so much, and we will have you hear us on the next episode.
All right.
All right. Bye.
Bye.